Welcome to the Piranha Motors Tech Inspector video unboxing and quick start guide. I'm FC Lee, and I'm going to walk you through the setup and first measurement process with the Tech Inspector. The Tech Inspector measures the weight and magnetic downforce of 1/32 scale slot cars. This information is useful in the consistent setup of your cars, as well as to ensure you are within guidelines for magnetic downforce should your club or racing group set rules for these values. Let's get started. First, open the box and remove all the contents. First in the box is the Tech Inspector itself in a sealed bag. Next is a box for the scale. This box contains a plastic housing you can use to protect your scale should you wish to use it or transport it outside of the Tech Inspector housing. Remove the Tech Inspector from the plastic bag and put the bag and small anti-moisture silica gel packet to the side out of the reach of children. Next, remove the orange base plate from the top of the Tech Inspector. It is held on with magnets and should come up very easily. Remove the orange base plate and card from the bubble wrap. The enclosed card contains a QR code that will allow you to download the entire Tech Inspector user's manual. The base plate is held in place with 6 magnets that securely hold it against the scale and in perfect alignment with the magnetic downforce bar. For now, let's take off the base plate and carefully slide the scale out of the housing, making sure that the blue magnet base on the top of the scale does not catch on the lid of the Tech Inspector when pulling it out. You may need to lift the lid of the Tech Inspector gently in order to make sure that the scale and the blue magnet plate clear as you remove the scale from the Tech Inspector. Turning the scale over, you'll see a battery door which holds 2 AAA batteries that come included with the Tech Inspector. In order to activate the batteries, simply pull on the plastic tab and the batteries will make contact and be ready to go. Now slide the scale back into the Tech Inspector housing. When returning the scale to the Tech Inspector housing, be sure to lift the front of the scale slightly to ensure its rubber legs do not catch on the bottom of the housing. Push the scale all the way back into the housing. The magnetic downforce bar is designed to be perfectly centered in the base plate when the scale is properly installed in the Tech Inspector. The magnets are distributed across 3 separate bars that allow for even distribution of weight across the center of the scale's sensor. Note the direction in which the base plate attaches to the scale, with the guide slot and logo on the left. The Tech Inspector comes set up and calibrated right out of the box to handle most situations. However, should you need to adjust the Tech Inspector for any reason, such as to calibrate readings with another Tech Inspector or other downforce measuring tool, or to handle significantly higher downforce magnet cars, there are 2 adjustment screws on the bottom of the Tech Inspector, and a 4mm included Allen key will get you on your way. One final quick adjustment is necessary before we start measuring with the Tech Inspector. Turn the Tech Inspector on and you'll notice that it has ounces as the measurement and scale that it is using. Press the M or measurement button 5 times to move from ounces to the bottom measurement G for grams. Now press the tare button to the far right to make sure that the scale is completely zeroed out. We're now ready to take our first measurements with the Tech Inspector. Grab your car and place it sideways on top of the base plate. That measurement will be the actual weight of the car, not including downforce. This car weighs 88.8 grams. With the car still on the scale, press the tare button to zero out the reading. Once the scale reads 0 again, you may remove the car. When When you remove the car, you'll see that the 88.8 grams measurement is now a negative number, meaning that 0 is considered the weight of the car and the weight of the base plate. This means that when you measure the downforce of this car, it will subtract the actual weight of the car and only show you the amount of downforce being registered by the scale. Now place the car wheels down on the base plate. Slide the guide flag all the way in and back as far as it will go into the base plate. Now slowly drop the wheels of the car onto the base plate, making sure that the center of the car is perfectly centered with the actual magnetic downforce bar. This car shows 30 grams of magnetic downforce from the motor alone. To see the combined weight of the car and magnetic downforce, simply hit the tare button and then remove the car from the base. The resulting value as a negative number will be the actual weight of the car plus the weight of magnetic downforce provided by the motor or magnets that are on board. When you're ready to do another car, simply push the tare button on the far right and begin the process again. When adjusting the height of the magnetic downforce bar in order to calibrate the tech inspector, it's recommended that you do quarter turn increments only, front to back, in order to make sure that you don't put any unnecessary strain on the screws and bolts holding the magnetic downforce bar in place. Counterclockwise turns will lower the magnetic downforce bar. Clockwise turns will raise it. It's recommended that you follow this process by hanging the tech inspector off the side of a table and adjusting one side at a time, switching sides as you go. Here are some final notes to help you get the most out of the tech inspector. Always use the tech inspector on a flat surface. You may see some fluctuations in readings due to the scale sensor providing results in increments of 1/10 of a gram. However, our extensive testing has shown readings will usually remain within 1 gram when measurements are performed using a consistent process each time. A reference line showing the center of the downforce bar and the highly reflective nature of the bar itself will help you align your cars on the tech inspector base. Keep in mind also that changes in humidity and temperature will also play a part in reading fluctuations when using any sensor-based scale. In this video, we've unboxed, set up, and performed our first measurements with the Piranha slot motor's tech inspector, and talked about measurement and adjustment processes. The tech inspector user manual goes into much more detail on all of these topics. For further questions or inquiries, please contact us at piranhatechinspector@yahoo.com. Well, that's about it for now. I'm FC Lee. Thanks for watching.